What are the potential long-term implications of Stephen Curry's style of play and leadership for the Golden State Warriors and the NBA as a whole? Today, we're delving into the world of NBA with a headline that's been flying under the radar: the scary truth about Stephen Curry nobody is noticing. Join us as we uncover the lesser-known aspects of Stephen Curry's game and how they contribute to his dominance on the court. From his underrated defense to his leadership qualities, we'll explore why Curry is more than just a sharpshooter. Whether you're a fan of the Golden State Warriors or just love basketball, this video is for you. So, let's dive into the truth about Stephen Curry. Already in the midst of the most efficient high-volume shooting season ever for a guard over 30, Steph Curry, at age 35, continues somehow elevating his game to unprecedented heights amid rising all-time point guard proclamations. Motivated by tangible paths to cementing offensive statistical dominance, Curry appears driven towards multi-season benchmark demolition that could fundamentally redefine aging curves and individual perimeter potency. His current numbers pace toward previously unfathomable career three-point totals and perhaps the highest rate statistics ever posted, which alongside requisite championship additions may ultimately thrust Curry into rarefied conversations weighing overall GOAT status among the likes of Michael Jordan. What specific shooting percentages and efficiency marks has Steph achieved over 30 that demonstrate unprecedented maintenance of dominance? In the context of past perimeter legends like Jordan and Bryant seeing field goal rates plunge in their 30s, Steph Curry's current 50-45-90 shooting clip while launching three-pointers at a career-high rate defies comprehensible age curves. For perspective, not only did Jordan's efficiency ratings dive after 30, but his career best TS percent still trails Curry's current age 35 output. These splits likely constitute the most efficient high-volume season for a guard over 30, and Curry continues generating them on pace to smash his own efficiency marks from earlier MVP campaigns. The numbers suggest we may be watching the greatest individual offensive season ever witnessed for a player so deep into a historically prolific career. What legacy-focused individual statistical milestones appear within realistic range for Curry to concretely chase over the next 3 to 5 years? The most prominent benchmark involves career three-pointers made, where Curry has already exceeded the previous record of 2,973 back in 2021, now boasting over 3,400 makes. Maintaining even close to his last 5 seasons' average, Curry should reach over 4,400 threes through an 18-year career. Stretching his current 2024 efficiency pace over 75 games per year, Curry could realistically eclipse 5,100 career threes after 18 seasons, a mark, placing the record exponentially out of reach. Beyond this, if Curry sustains perimeter shooting splits remotely close to his current 50-45-90 rates through 2027, he would retire possessing 5 of the 7 seasons ever posting such metrics, all occurring age 33 onwards. The sheer number of unprecedented statistical ranges Curry could approach infers that this age 35 zenith may still not represent his ultimate peak. What team and championship results could supplement Curry's individual dominance to prompt credible GOAT consideration? For all of Curry's scoring arsenal, mainstream basketball greatness remains entangled with rings. Curry likely requires at least one more championship and finals MVP to prompt reasonable debates against the likes of Michael Jordan and LeBron James. As Golden State retools their roster, another title behind defensive player candidate Drew Timme could forge enough two-way credibility for Curry to buttress offensive potency. While still an uphill battle, with his peerless shooting, Curry enjoys viable templates to at least render his overall GOAT case partially analogous to the rings arguments long wielded against him specifically. Could Steph realistically continue this 35-year-old apex through his late 30s a la LeBron and bolster an accumulative GOAT case? Perhaps the most intriguing element underlying this late career offensive explosion is envisioning Steph Curry sustaining such potency not just for this season but for several more years through his late 30s. While speculation, his current fitness, shooting reliance on skill versus athleticism, and motivation to cement his legacy hints at plausible multi-season continuation domestically and perhaps extending internationally. Were Curry to maintain anything close to current levels through 2027, perhaps finally declining around age 40, his accumulative statistical endpoints could unquestionably warrant analyzing comparative impacts next to LeBron James and Michael Jordan. But beyond maths, stretching this age defiance could represent a cultural movement validating longevity, skillcraft, and family balance in athlete prime redefinitions. How might Steph's status as the original progenitor of the high-volume, high-efficiency shooting guard archetype factor into historical NBA impact? While numerical milestones offer tangible benchmarks for semantic status, Stephen Curry's stylistic innovations as the progenitor of a new archetype of scoring weapon may ultimately stand as his most enduring basketball legacy. Curry represented patient zero for the notion that slight perimeter players could dominate games purely through extreme skillcraft and efficiency maximization, rendered athletic giants helpless spectators via deployment of a previously unfathomable gravitational pull. Prior to Steph Curry's emergence, the notion that a 6'3" guard could anchor elite offenses while averaging over 30 points per game on dizzying efficiency seemed unfathomable. Centers, forwards, and wing players relying on size and athleticism to attack the rim dominated scoring hierarchies. Pure sharpshooters functioned as specialists, one-dimensional spot-up threats off the ball. Then arrived Curry, leveraging deft handles and unconscious perimeter range to demonstrate an alternate physics-bending paradigm for generating high-volume buckets. His diminutive frame weaponized skillcraft into sustaining star production levels through warped gravity and disciplined shot selection alone. Almost single-handedly, Curry punctured existing notions about size and athleticism, dictating elite scoring ceilings. He paved pathways for guards, maximizing spacing threats through aggressively pulling up from 30 feet without hesitation. The threat of his instant release jumpers opened driving angles that he sliced through before defenses could rotate. Curry provided guardsmanship for basketball, finally embracing the three-pointer's mathematically efficient properties rather than viewing such attempts as stylistic taboos. While Magic Johnson spawned waves of traditional playmaking forwards, they largely persisted operating within familiar positional conventions. Curry's pioneer brand of smiling, long-range artistry altered the basic tenets of how perimeter plays approach the craft. Students now practicing pulls from 30 feet in homage from youth leagues on up. This newly minted guard emphasis on expanding shooting range, perfecting ball handling, and embracing playmaking selflessness shows signs of permeating basketball's stylistic locus for decades to come thanks to Curry's broke open floodgates. Consider that Curry's cumulative impact appears poised to echo through ages as the avatar thrusting basketball into its modern spacing era, including enabling big men to freely launch threes without fear of scorn for the first time. Evidence even suggests Curry's meteoric rise shares some attribution for the recent exponential global growth in basketball participation thanks to a uniquely magnetic viewing appeal. Kids across continents fell in love not with high-flying leapers, but a charismatic chef shooting from distances and angles previously unfathomable. That the league's premier unicorns like Giannis and Jokic now seamlessly mix paint brutality with smooth outside strokes pays dividends to Curry, proving such a versatility ceiling exists. And guards now entering the NBA expecting to hit pull-ups from the logo as a matter of routine points toward Curry's lasting influence permeating youth development stages. Simply put, we may still remain in the embryonic phases of witnessing Curry's seismic impact taking root in waves over the timeline of basketball's tactical and cultural direction. The entire landscape shows his unmistakable fingerprints, from playground emulations to offensive scheme activations to igniting international interest to redefining efficiency thresholds. His transformative footprint, both as the godfather of a league-altering stylistic lineage and architect sparking heightened global embrace together, hold potential to echo through eras as today's commonplace. What unique mentality allows Curry to filter out noise amid pursuing all-time statistical milestones and ring chasing? For all the talk tracking Curry's legacy, his grounded mindset proves critical to manage expectations. As he recently relayed, "I've always had crazy goals, but I understand I have to stay in the moment." This balance of ambition and mindfulness keeps pressure from metasizing. He acknowledges the marquee milestones within reach, using them as motivation rather than distraction. Yet, come tip-off, he artfully loses himself to the game. Attuned to teammates in varied scoring avenues, leveraging his magnetism bending defenses beyond schematic conventions. This patented presence and leading by uplift enabled past championship runs. So while media spotlights legacy, Steph's spiritual health filters projections, with statistical pursuits becoming byproducts of stylistic joy and flow. His shooting thus emerges as an artistic co-creation with teammates, crowds, and the moment's rhythms. Already rocketing up shortlists of greatest guards ever, Steph Curry at age 35 surprisingly continues reaching new performance peaks, wielding his signature shooting magic to systematically dismantle notions of aging decline. With tangible title and statistical milestones beckoning over a still rising apex, Curry appears driven to leverage unprecedented efficiency toward punctuating championship solidified dominance. As his smiled relentlessness strains the league's metaphysical fabric, we may be witnessing the inauguration of basketball's offensive evolution made flesh. An original stylist redefining the meaning of individual brilliance across eras. As we wrap up our discussion on the lesser-known aspects of Stephen Curry's game, it's clear that he's more than just a sharpshooter. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated on more insights into basketball and the NBA, don't forget to hit that like button below and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to bring you engaging content on the latest happenings in the world of basketball. Feel free to share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay tuned for more.